Hi everybody, my name's John and welcome to our channel. This is the WLToys A979-B, kind of the same as the A959-B and the A and the A of the other type as well, just they've got different shells on for the 959s. Today I'm going to be showing you how to grease the differentials, both the front and the rear, and I'm going to go into as much detail as I can, being as slow and show you as much as I can along the way. Okay, these videos are short and sweet concerning the RC basics, because they're not very complicated, but I'm having to move soon, so I need to get some videos stored up, because I may have to be without internet for a while, which could suck. God, life without internet. Oh no. Right, okay. It's a horrible thought, isn't it? Okay, now it's been a while since I've taken this apart, so for me, there's going to be a little bit of trial and error, so please bear with me, but I will try to do it as simply as possible. Better the other way. Okay, right, so job number one, I think, is to get all of the wheels off, so we shall do that first. The bits that are repetitive, like you can see me take the first wheel off, but the next three I will fast forward through, because you've seen it once, you don't need to see it another 3 times. Make sure you take the wheel nut with it, you've got the hex nut that goes with it, and then do not forget the little pins. Yes, it's very important with the little pins. So, and that's the same for all 4 wheels, have the little pins. Okay, there we go. Now, the upper tie rods I'm going to be taking off just because it'll be easier. So, some pliers and turn it like so. When you do that, the drive shafts will come out, so be aware of that. Do not freak out, it's supposed to happen. There we go. And then at the front as well. This, I believe that this is, yeah, that's a different joint at the front, so while this can come out, oh, it does come out, it's not the same as the 144001. Cool, simple. See, even I'm learning stuff as we go along. I haven't done a lot of work on this car, I'll be honest with you, because I don't like the steering on it. So when we were out driving it for the first 2 times, I pretty much fell out of love with it. But I have ordered a steering upgrade and that changes it completely. So I'm looking forward to that because I think this car has so much potential. It truly does. But when you cannot steer it, it steers itself, then you sort of, you lose patience with it. There you go. Right, so we need to get into, yeah, I'm going to take this upper panel off. I'm going to keep on doing that to make sure it's in focus because I made a boo-boo the other day. I always, where possible, try to have the front of the car to my left. I think. Man, am I going mad? Could be. Because when I'm putting, like when I'm taking these screws out, I put them there, these there, and so on. I try to keep it sort of in order. I'm thinking about it, I think I have the front of the car to my right, but you know. These little nuts here on the next section, I believe if I take this out, they fit, no, what was it that I found the other day that fitted here? I mean, that's the same thing, isn't it? There's one of these little tools that fitted, but oh well, brain fade. Does that fit? No, that's really small. You know that little cross tool that you get with all of your cars? I'm wondering if one of those will work. What do you reckon? Is that just turning inside, or is that in fact turning? It's in fact turning, brilliant. As I said on a previous RC Basics video, I have ordered a proper tool set specifically for RC cars. So I'm quite intrigued to know how well that works. I'm wondering if that's turning at the bottom. Yeah, see how that's turning as I'm turning it. So I'm just gonna put the whole, do that like that. Make sure it's in focus. There are obviously a lot of parents out there that just want to buy it for their children, and they're happy to keep it the way it is. Saying that, there's a lot of adults like me out there that are happy keeping it the way it is, except for the bloody steering. That has to be fixed. It's driving me nuts. See the length of these screws. There you go. I wonder if there's anybody out there that's put the road tyres. I mean, I know that Big Bit RC is putting the road tyres on it and making it into a tarmac monster, but I'm wondering if anybody has done it just on sort of stock to see if it helps it settle down any more. Right. I wasn't sure if I had to take this apart to get to the screws on the diff. And yes, you do have to, because one of them are there. Does this come off now, or does it not come off now? No, it does not, because there's a screw here. Take a look, right there. There's a bitty screw down there for this cover. There we go, that whole cover comes off. For those that you've noticed, these things keep on popping off. There is a... They're different. Oh, of course it's because one side's for the differential, the other side's for the wheel. We'll show that when we put it back together, because it does make a very big difference. Right, okay. What's happening at the front? Okay, so I'm going to pop off these. I know I don't have to pop off these, but I'm going to pop off these anyway, because again it'll give me clearer access to show you on video. There we go. So you got the two screws here that I took off. You can see are one side of the differential, and you have these two screws this side that are for the other side of the differential, and then that comes off. So I just put that over there for now. Take note when you're doing this at home, this big wheel, when it's left hand side, is facing you. You'll see that when I undo this, the big wheel will be the other side facing away, but that's the right hand side. If you look here, there are the two screws. There were the two that was on the top cover here that go into the left hand side of that diff, and then there was these two at the rear here. as well continue taking it all apart so I can show you how to put it all back together. Really? Cool. Now, as you can see where these just go in like so, this will be the one the other side that, as I said, where's that come from? You see that this wheel is that way. So this is now access to the differentials. This is what they look like, and there is nothing to be scared about concerning them. Both of mine are greased up, okay, so I don't see the need to take them all apart, but I will take one apart to show you because I think it's important. So I'm going to take the front one, place that over there for now. But job number one, a little tip for you, don't use a baby wipe to take the grease off the old one, because that contains moisture and that could end up rusting. You don't want that. So these two come out just as the rear ones. Where I live in the world, everything rusts. Like, we buy like a new kettle and within a day it started rusting. Actually less than a day, 12 hours later it was rusting all the way around the top. So while a lot of the parts on my car look rusty, it's not specifically just a WLToys mistake. It's this country, it's just the way it is. So there you go. Right, nice and clean. I don't know if these need heating up. I suspect that they do, and if they do, that's going to be a problem because my tools are all packed away. Aren't they? No, it's there. Cool. Right, that first one came off anyway. Let's see. Number two. Number three. Beautiful. Cool. So we'll take this one apart. Now, concerning the grease that you would put in here, I've always been sort of saying just to use a thick grease, doesn't really matter what type, but white lithium grease. And yes, you know who you are. One of the channel members. I don't want to say his name incorrectly. Bretzel? I hope I'm saying that correctly. If I'm completely butchering it, I apologise profusely. Has been doing various tests that he's been keeping me updated about, and obviously anybody else reading the comments, and it's all about this lithium grease and how good it is, and he has nothing but amazing results using this white lithium grease. It has to be white, and the lithium grease. So I have ordered some, I'm just waiting for it to arrive, but he's saying that he's had several, like 20-30 runs with the white lithium grease in the WLToys 144001 differential, and they were like 4 tiny little particles, which is nothing for one of these sort of cheaper differentials, and it's all because of this grease. And apparently he used dry lube on the bearings and the white lithium grease inside of the differential, and apparently when you let it run forward or back a little bit, it just freewheels for a lot longer than standard does. So I can't wait to test that out. I will be doing a video concerning lubes because I've bought several lubes now, so it'll be interesting to see. Right, so this is what it's like when it comes off. This is a washer here. Okay, so make sure it's in focus again. Cool. Right, this washer comes off and goes there. The next part is this gear. Okay. Now actually I'm just going to put it back in the reverse. Probably a better way to do it. Now it's inside, that is the big thing here. You see the crisscross? In these, both these pins, both this one across here and this one this way, are grooves. And those grooves have to be, when you put it back together, put correctly over each other. If not, imagine that they're now sat on top of each other, so there's no way that everything's going to go back together. I wasn't going to take it apart, but it's such an important part of this that I want to show those that haven't done it before. So, let me take one out. I'll take the other one out. Below is a gear. The same thing here as the gear and the washer on that side, but you don't need to take those out. Don't bother taking those out. You can put grease on top of that. So for now I'll just put that there. And I will get another clean piece of pepper and give these a quick clean so we can show you in detail. Now, out of the factory, I'll be honest with you, before WLToys were okay, there was not a lot, very little grease in the diffs. Then a couple of months ago, they went through a period of not even putting any grease into the diffs, which was awful. But now, the recent car that I've got that I've already destroyed had some grease in. Still not a lot in my opinion, but much more than ever before. So once you get any WLToys, but specifically the 144 and the A979-B, please take it apart and make sure that there is grease in the diffs, or else you're going to get grinding within days and then it will just stop working, and you don't want that, especially if you bought it for a Christmas gift. So, right, these are the two pins that I was talking about. And let me show you the grooves. See the grooves? As I twist them around. So they obviously have to sit like that, flat. So, when you put them in, the sort of the cone part goes in that way. Okay, it doesn't go the other way. But I'm just going to put that there for a second because I'm going to grab my grease out. What I do? How do I do it? Cool. This is the grease I'm using just for now. It's done me fine along the way, but as I said, when I get the white lithium grease, I'm going to be spending a month taking all of my differentials apart and putting that in there. Again, thank you for the tip on the white lithium grease. That should change everything. Okay, right, now, what I usually do is put a little bit of grease there. What you also need to take notice of, and again I'll pick this up, is you have the holes here for the screws, and then in between those, let me wipe a little bit away so you can see it properly. So you got that screw hole, and then you got the screw hole, but then you got the cross members go here. But if you notice specifically, let me just get it in focus. See how there's like another, you can almost put it down there, or you can in fact put it down there, but it's not, it's in between the two holes. So that's where the pins go, cross there, in between the two holes there. Okay? So hopefully you can see it as I'm doing it now. I use these to make sure that I'm getting it in straight and correct. And obviously it's important that the lower one, the gap, the gash is facing upwards. Okay? So. You can see that the gash is still facing upwards, twisted slightly, but not enough to worry about. There you go. Okay. And then the second pin. This one obviously has to be facing downwards. As such. Is it facing downwards? Not quite. Now it is. So let me show in detail here. There you go. You can see that gash is now facing downwards as well. Put it down slowly until you can actually see that the two have meshed. See how they've now meshed? Both of those cross members are now sat together. So you can now push that down into the grease. Don't push it into the grease straight away because you will never see once all that grease pops up over the top. Okay? I didn't put a lot of grease in this time, it's unlikely. Maybe I'm growing up. Doubt that very much. Right, now. Grease. Big wallop. And then we do the other way around. So, we'll take, you see how the, oh, of course all that's not in focus. I don't have this camera in focus because if I do, when every time I move my hand it goes, makes me feel like I'm going to vomit, so it will do the same for you guys. But please bear with me if I forget to refocus it. Grease in there. And then that's got the gear and the washer there, so I'm going to put them both on top. There we go. Then you've got to locate the holes. There, 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 and there. Make sure that we're focused. You know pretty much straight away if one of the screws doesn't go in. Now several times I've done this before on the WLToys 144001 and even I've had to go back and redo it because, you know, the pins come out of alignment a little bit and there's so little space in there. It's hardly surprising that things don't line up first time, so don't get freaked out if it doesn't work first time. I'll show you straight away now what you need to do to test it. Rather than put the whole car back together to find out it's not working, you can test it once these 4 screws are in. And as I said, I've now done hundreds of these and I still make silly mistakes. And it's not just a silly mistake, it's the fact that the pins rotate a couple of degrees can change everything. So, right, I'm just going to dry that up because my greasy fingers. Take these two, you know it goes in because it'll have to push all the way on. Let's do the other one at the same time. All that grease is going to pop out. Come on. Ah. Let me get some. I need to get the grease off my fingers. The washer in here on both sides and that gear sometimes cannot be in alignment. So See how this part, it's got that chunk taken out of it. So it's just a case of trying to locate it. I don't know if there's a cheat to do this, a way of locating it, sort of lining it up. If there is, I don't know about it, and I haven't figured a way as of yet. Okay. Now I see it's not quite lined up there. Quite hard to show, but it's not quite lined up. As I said, all it takes is that washer not to be lined up inside, and come on, there we go. See how that one popped in then? Gunky, gunky. Okay. Now, what did I say about it can go wrong for me as well? Listen. That is not smooth. There's something not quite right in there, and I don't know whether the crosses have not lined up or what it is, but can't leave it like that, can we? The whole point is that it's nice and smooth. It's at this point that you regret putting in the extra grease. So, let me put that one in that side, and then right, I'm leaving the bottom one in for now, okay? You can see it's just not sitting straight here. There you go, see if that's any better. I seem to remember being told that before you put the screws in, put these in, because then it sort of sits, has a chance of sitting better. Which makes a lot of sense actually. The WLToys 144001 has a slightly different system, so you don't have that separate gear and washer. So, but as I said, it's good that it goes wrong in respect of I can show you what can go wrong and show you how to fix it. I suggest the first time that you do it, line that up before you put this one on. Please don't tell me that's been out of focus the whole time. Oh. If that has been out of focus the whole time, then I'm just going to be zooming in with this camera, okay? There we go. Now that's smooth. Sorry, that main camera stopped again. I keep on forgetting it's got a 30-minute timer on it. Very frustrating. If anybody owns a Panasonic FC1002 version 2, let me know how to remove that timer thing. It's driving me nuts. Can't hear that? Yeah? It's because you're not supposed to be able to. I can see what's going on. My camera's got grease all over it. Well, most people call it foam. There you go. Right, ladies and gentlemen, so that one is now done. The other one was done the other day, so I'm fine with that. So let's put this back into position. And then we just do the reverse. Big gear facing you. Don't forget that. Okay, now I do like to put a little bit of grease there. There is still some there, so I'm not going to go silly. There you go. done. And this is where it's worthwhile remembering your system for screws. As I'm taking cars apart, I then do like diffs I put there and whatnot. So you'll find your way of doing it. Just do it systematically. If you're unsure, go back, check the video. My video, not your video, obviously. Unless you're making your own video, then good on you. Cool. That's those two. That one needs a little bit. Cool. Oh man. Okay, these last two screws in to hold that side of the differential. I do like the ease of taking this apart, I'll be honest with you, because like, for example, the 144001 has 6 screws per side of differential. And the likes of, so I can't forget this little cover. There we go. Screw it all the way down there. Nice, nicey nice. Right, now these steering columns, make sure that the top tower goes over them. They are going to fall out, so just push them up with your finger at the bottom. There you go. Good, 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 good. I'm not going to tighten those up yet. I'm going to put everything back together first, and we'll go from there. So that's still in there, so I just need a drive shaft, and I need to put the drive shaft in there. Move this across and push it in. Now that's going to hold that drive shaft in place. I'll also put the suspension, seeing as I'm here anyway. Beautiful. Same on this side. In it goes. Tie rod over the top and push it into place. Same for the suspension. Beautiful. Now it's just the 2 steering arms here. They're actually really easy to get in, that's nice. That one. Nice. I'll turn this one around here. Cool. Now remember, the cup goes in there. And then drive shaft goes in, up the tie rod, clipped into place, and then suspension. Oh, that's a tough one. Oh, come on. Nice. There's the little cup thing. I wondered where it went to. My drive shaft's in my hand, so I don't know why I'm looking for that. Put it into position. And pop. And pop. Done. Suspension and steering back together. Ah, that's smooth. Gorgeous. Right, now I'm going to turn it back around and we shall do the wheels. No, I'll tell you what, let's do this first and then we'll do the wheels last. So, here's the little nuts that go on the top of this. I hope I've not made it too complicated for you, and I hope that you feel that you can in fact do this job yourself. It's not a difficult job, it's a systematic job, and if you do sort of get into troubles, then as I said, all you need to do is watch my video back slowly and you'll see where all of the parts go, all of the screws go. Done. Hope you're all doing well today. We have rain here, but it seems to be brightening up outside, which is always nice. Then these very long screws go all the way into here. I do have my electric screwdriver, but I don't think it has power. Should I have a look? It does have some power. Maybe not a lot of power. Maybe no power. Okay, I'll get back to another one. Nice. Don't tighten too hard, you'll know when it's tight enough. And then the 4 at the back. One, 2, 3 och 4. 3 and 4 in Norwegian. For those that don't know, my wife is Norwegian. God dager til alle i Norge. Cool, here we go. On the last legs now. Nice, that's all back together. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Right, now remember what I said about the pins? Probably not, because the pins were on another video. Hopefully you've seen that video. So anyway, let's make sure it's done correctly. Pin in. And then the hex nut has the slot there. Nice. And then let's get the wheel nut out. As tight as you can do it. Lovely. I've made a mistake, ladies and gentlemen. Direction of the tyre. I put it on the wrong side. It's very important that you do these the correct way, as they are directional. Have the centre arrow pointing in the direction of the front driving wheel, so that will go in that direction. No, not that one. There we go. Got there in the end. What's going on with these? They're not wind on. What's going on? Oh, there we go. Beautiful. The pin was sticking out just a little bit too far on one side. Nice. There seems to be a problem with this specific nut. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I call them hex nuts. I know that other people don't, but I do. Okay. No. Aha. Just need a little bit of teasing. Cool. This is it. The last little step. Gorgeous. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Greasing your diffs relatively easily. Look at that steering. Oh my god, it's horrible. Anyway, I am going to get the steering upgrade done as soon as I can. So there you go. It's taken a little bit longer than I expected, but it's not a job that is too hard for even those that are not very good with the screwdrivers, because it's just a systematic process. You saw what happened with the diff, a little bit difficult getting it together, so make sure that you put those cups in as you're screwing it together. Ready for the horn now outside? We've got the gas man coming around, I just saw him going now. Anyway, okay, if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe as well to the channel, and obviously hit that notification bell as well so you know when we've got a new video coming. Have a great day today, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.